Hello, today we are going to learn how to relamp a Toshiba TDP-D1 and TDP-D2 replacement lamp for your Toshiba projector. Now the TDP-D1 and D2 actually use the same cage assembly, which you can see here. This is already out of the projector and it's been cool for quite a while, so that way it's safe to handle and you won't burn yourself. Always wait at least a half hour to an hour before you touch any of these. Going to need a few tools: small Phillips head screwdriver, a pair of needle nose pliers, and it's always good to have a small pair of diagonal cutters around. We shouldn't need them here, but just in case. So the first thing we want to do is we want to remove the bulb itself. Now, being that this is an old lamp, I'm not wearing gloves. When I put the new bulb in, I'll put the gloves on. Touching the back of the reflector is not a big deal, especially when it's the old bulb. So in here you can see there's a little metal tab. That little metal tab is what holds this metal bracket across the top that clamps the bulb into the cage. So you have to reach in, just take the needle nose, push them together, and just gently push that tab in so it clears the plastic. There's another one on the other side. Do the same thing. Just gentle pressure. You don't want to stab into it. You could hurt yourself or damage the lamp. Once the tabs are in, this just flips right up. Don't have to take it off. Just flip it up about 90 degrees. Maybe reach in there and just make sure the ears that hold the bulb in place aren't bent. I just like to do that so that the new bulb's nice and tight. Now the bulb lifts straight out. Very, very easy. Now, most people would take the connector out at this point. I'm actually going to leave the connector and instead going to remove the wires from the bulb, leaving the connector attached. I'll show you why when we put the new bulb in. Set the screw off to the side. You may have to reuse the original screws unless your new bulb comes with the right size screws. I've noticed a lot of the original bulbs will have screws that are actually smaller than the threads on the new one. So now we have the bulb out, the cage is separate, and this bulb, you can't really see it on the camera, but this bulb burned out quite a while ago. So we'll put that off to the side. Just inspect the cage while you have it open. Make sure there's no smudges on the inside of the lens, no cracks or anything like that, and it's also a good time to get some canned air. Clean it up. Alright, now I'm going to put on some gloves. When you purchase your new bulb, all the bulbs are sent out with a pair of gloves, you know, one-time use, nothing fancy, but perfect for what you need to do. Here's the new bulb. You can see it looks identical. So we're going to take the bulb, paying attention to the orientation of the original bulb, and it just drops right on in. You fold the clip back down, take your needle nose pliers, and then gently push that tab back into the hole. And that will hold the bulb in place. Now the bulb is not going anywhere. You can take the gloves off at this point. Get one of the screws. The wires conveniently lay themselves in the position where they will go right back onto the bulb in the right way. Since this is an AC or alternating current bulb, polarity is not as much an issue as it would be with a DC lamp. We'll go over DC lamp in a different video, but for this one, all AC. Now the bottom connector may be a little difficult. I don't know if you can see it very well in there, but it looks like you can't get the screw on it, but since I tried this before I taped it, I know that with some light finagling and a magnetic screwdriver, you can line the connector up, drop the screw into position, and then just tighten it down. As you can see, there's plenty of room for the screwdriver to get in there. You can tilt it a little bit, maybe you get a better view. And just snug. You don't want to go too tight with these. You're not really going for a mechanical connection as much as you're going for an electrical connection. If you can do that and the wire doesn't move, it's tight enough. And that's it. The bulb's in, it's ready to go. Just make sure your wires are dressed nicely. Don't block any of the screw holes there. Make sure everything's nice and easy to get to. Ready to go back in the projector. Most importantly, don't forget to reset your lamp timer and clean any vents and filters. Any questions? Send me an email, support@purelandsupply.com, and thank you for watching.